Hey y'all. This summer was smooth. I'm smooth. I really had to mentally prepare myself for this one because this there's so many things wrong with this. There's so many things and so many levels that it's messed up. It's a messed up situation because it's all causal. It's all in a way causal, but I'm not gonna take away the fact that what I'm saying they those two teenagers, those kids, they were 15 and 13, young black girls, decided to do what they did and end up killing that man. But I want to not I'm not going to justify what they did. I just want to explain the circumstances that lead up to that. But I do want to start off with my condolences to Mohammad Anwar's family, and to him also. You know what I'm saying? Definitely pray for them. I'm gonna find the GoFundMe link again, and I'm gonna put it in the description box below, just so people can donate to their family. I do want to double check that link though, just to make sure it's not somebody pretending to be a member of the family. I want to make sure it's the correct GoFundMe and the correct people do get the assistance and help that they need. Um, man, that first of all, I'm just gonna start with the main point. Why did they have that whole video online? That video should have been pulled. Like it's been 2 days, and you can still see this man dying on the sidewalk. You can see that man dying on the sidewalk right now. He's been there for 2 days, 2 whole days. He's been there 2 days. Um, let me do this. Let me do this. That. All right. Yeah. So it's been 2 whole days. He's been on the sidewalk. Um, I can't I can't get behind. I can't get behind having a video up of somebody dead like on the sidewalk. They could have just like cut it right then. Like cut the video, cut the feed. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, or at least blur his body out. Like it's been 2 days. Somebody doctor that up. Like you can literally see like where his body is folded up. Like that man was folded up like a pretzel. Like he's 66. He was 66 years old. And let me. I guess for people that don't know. Okay, so listen. Let me backtrack a little bit. So he was an Uber Eats driver. Okay, he was dropping off a delivery. He's just an old man trying to make some money, make some extra money for his family. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Either make extra money or make money for his family. That is it. That is all. That's all he's doing. Standard delivery, gets out the car, drops it off to the person, comes back. 15 and 13-year old. They took a bus down to his location, and then they jumped in his car to try and carjack him. I guess he left the keys in there. I'm assuming he left the keys in there. That's how this happened. Because I don't think they knew how to hotwire the car. I just severely doubt it. Just by the exchange that happened in the video. So they drive off, you know what I'm saying, with him in the car door. Like he's in the car door. Like, and so like they're driving, and then I guess she tries to fling him off. Well, when she turns and then she tries to correct, the car ends up coming up like she turns hard this way and then she turns back this way a little bit. And when you do that, and again, she turned this way and then she turned hard and it'll bring you up on your side. Well, she went up on the side and then landed on that side, on the driver's side of the car. Well, when that swing back happened, um, I don't know what, I don't know why swing back happened. Dude went flying, like he ended up skidding across the ground and well, the ground, the sidewalk, and all of that. And like, there's so much damage to the structure in the sidewalk, like where the car skidded and hit it. So that lets me know they were going in excess speed, excess speed. Okay, like they hit some metal poles and they were coming out of the concrete. Bricks that were cemented down were up. Sidewalk, just like there's basically they're gonna have to rebuild the sidewalk. Hands down, they're gonna have to rebuild the sidewalk. And so The video, I mean, that happens. They hear the crash. The guy in the video hears the crash. He's running over there, huffing and puffing, and I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, I'm like, I was hoping, I was just praying that he wasn't underneath the car because I seen the initial thumbnail and in picture. I was like, I'm just hoping he's not under the car. He was not under the car, thank God. But it flung him. So now he's halfway across the he's all the way on the other end of the sidewalk. So everybody knows how big a standard sidewalk is. So imagine you getting flung and you're like you hit a gate. He hits a gate, but his face hit the ground, and you can like I guarantee like his face skidded across the ground. You know what I'm saying, or at least hit it hard enough. He got a skull fracture. His legs was broken. Like in the video, I could see it. Like his legs was broken. Easily, he had his spine was probably severed. You know what I'm saying? Because he was on the ground breathing, like gasping his last breath. You could see him move in the video, like, and that video should not be up. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. I should have gave a graphic warning for the details. There's probably a lot to hear. A lot of people probably didn't want to hear all of that. I apologize. Could be triggering. I apologize, but like, and then people helped them out the car, and the guy with the camera's like, no, 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 no. They stole his car. You guys need to arrest them and hold on to them. So, you know what I'm saying? There was military people around. They grabbed the people, you know what I'm saying? They grabbed the girls, and they had the girls, and one of the girls complaining about her phones in the car. But the car was smoking, and the dude was like, nah, you're not going back to the car. The car's smoking. It could explode. Now nobody rendered first aid to the old man, to not old man, okay, Mohammad Anwar. I'm just gonna call him Anwar. Nobody rendered first aid, and I understand why. Like, a lot of people watched the video and were very upset at that. So this is my point too. No one knew the extent of his injuries, and due to the way in which he was injured, I understand. I wanted to move him because you don't know what all is broken. Okay, when you get to moving somebody and you don't understand their physiology, you can cause more damage. A lot of times, a lot of good Samaritans, your heart is in the right place. You end up causing way more injury to that person than need be. You know, man, it was heartbreaking scene. I wish I wouldn't have seen it. And so that brings me into part two. They bring me in. Well, no, that was part two. Part three. That brings me into part three of this. Like, those two were so wrong for what they was doing, and I blame them because they're old enough to know right from wrong. So I blame them. I blame their community in which they were living in, because that's going to get into my final point. Why I blame the community that they're living in, and then I blame their parents as well, for not being present and not, you know what I'm saying, making sure their kids was where they need to be, because they shouldn't have been there. Like, they took a bus all the way into town to go carjacking. Like, that's a pastime. Like, somebody was telling me online, like, I've seen a couple tweets where it's a pastime. It's something that they do, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. When I was growing up, that wasn't a thing. Like, we didn't go carjacking. That wasn't a cultural thing. Yeah, I definitely want to say they're gonna go to jail. They're gonna face manslaughter charges. They're gonna have theft, reckless endangerment, property damage charges, like all of the above. They're gonna have a crazy rap sheet, and they're 15 and 13. They have literally fucked their lives over a mistake that they've made now, and it's well deserved. Like, that man he's not coming back, and I don't care what level of mercy that y'all want to have towards them because they're like teenagers. Like I get it and I don't, because that's somebody's father, that's somebody's grandfather at the end of the day. And I know I'd be tight. You know what I'm saying? I'd be, what in the world just happened? Anyway, I'd be tight if that was me, if that was my family. You know what I'm saying? If that was my grandfather, if that was my dad, I'd be tight. You know what I'm saying? I'd be real tight. Um, so I want to jump now, um, into the community piece. Um, because the parents and the community piece ties into one. Okay, it takes a village. Okay, as a community, as a black community, because these young black girls, it takes a village to raise a child. Okay, we have we collectively, but mostly the black community that they're around has failed them. Okay, to where they did not have good positive alternatives of stuff to go do. Okay, they did not see better options. They did not have a foresight for the future besides, oh, I'm gonna go carjacking for fun. Like they did not have those options, and I believe that that is a systemic failure of the environment in which they are living in. Now, does that take blame away from them? No, but we need to, as a community, start because I know back in the day, you know what I'm saying, like as far as the way I was raised, the community that I was in, you know what I'm saying, like I wouldn't say like I was like in a hood per se, but like, you know what I'm saying, like I was in an area full of black people. So it was just like you know what I'm saying, we came around each other, and there was some level there was level multiple levels of accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew, like if somebody seen you out there doing something, hey boy, what you doing out there? You ain't got no business doing that. Get your butt back in the house. I'd hear it from strangers. From strangers. It didn't have to be my mom. It didn't have to be my dad. It didn't have to be my grandma, my granddad. It didn't have to be my aunties and uncles. It didn't have to be nobody that knew me. Like they just knew me from around the block, and they like, hey, you better go take your butt home. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then like next time that I happen to be like out with my, because I've had this happen to me, that I was out with my family or whatever. I was out with my mom. Like one of them told it on me. You know what I'm saying? They told it on me. Like, hey, he was over here doing da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Messi ain't had no business doing. And then I got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? For that. You know what I'm saying? But that level of accountability, you know what I'm saying, needs to be there. You know what I'm saying? And we need to make sure that we invest in our communities and give them positive options. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they have the options and they have all that and they still choose to do bad, that's them. That's their life decision. But we need to make it abundantly clear that you have better options, that there's more that you can do than carjack or whatever life of crime and silly stuff that you want to do. Like you can do other things and not mess up your life that are still enjoyable and still fun. Um, and then I guess like, man, like it hurt. Like to watch that video, like it hurt because it was just so many failures. Like, and you could tell, like, for one of the kids, I don't know if this was the 15-year-old or the 13-year-old, I don't know, but one of them, like, you can tell where it's set in. Like the reality of what they just did really set in. And I'm like, that the time that they were in the car to the time that the accident occurred had to be no more than 5 minutes. You're talking about ruining your whole life over 5 minutes, if that. 5 minutes, and that hurt. Oh, and I know the other thing. Like, so the mayor, right? So the mayor of DC, right? Because this is DC. Yeah, this is DC. Yeah. So the mayor of DC, she came out and she was like trying to, like, what I'm saying, give condolences to the family, whatever, but she didn't condemn the kids, and people got very angry about that. They got very, very angry about that. And I understand why they got angry, because, what I'm saying, maybe as a black woman, she seen herself in them, what I'm saying, and she understood their circumstances, and she didn't want to, like, add more to that. But at the same time, you are the mayor of the whole city. So you have to speak to that, whether you want to or not. You have to. You have to address that, because that's a failure. You know what I'm saying? That's a failure on whether you're speaking directly to the parents. You know what I'm saying? You speaking directly to the kids. You know what I'm saying? You're speaking directly to the community. Like, I don't care. Like, you as the mayor, you have to do it. Not you as a black woman. You know what I'm saying? It is you as the mayor. As the mayor, you have to speak to that. And they feel like you failed them as mayor. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you only care about black community, because when Black Lives Matter and all that was going on, you were very supportive. You were very, you know what I'm saying, against the president and against the violence in DC earlier. You know what I'm saying? Um, so you have to tote that line. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, they was wrong, and you got to call them out on that. You know what I'm saying? You have to speak to that piece. You know, just like I'm doing that. Like, I don't take enjoyment in this. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, it is what it is. Like, I got to speak. I got to keep it 100. I got to keep it a band. Like, that mess was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. And now, like, multiple lives are ruined. Like, you know what I'm saying? His family, you know what I'm saying, is not going to be the same. Their families are not going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, like, you random passerbys, like people that seen it, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't understand. Like, seeing something like that is gonna mess with you for a long time, especially if it's like shocking and you just seen it for the first time. That's gonna really mess you up. So that's that piece too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a butterfly effect. It affects a lot of people. You know, a whole lot of people. Um, and it's not right. It's not fair. You know. Again, condolences to his family and his friends. You know what I'm saying? And significant other. Like, that's rough. That's rough. You know, he was doing a regular. He was doing something that's not even that, like, high level risk, and it just became a situation. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen people online saying oh, he should have just walked away and let go. Like, no, it's his car. It was still in his car. You just gonna walk off while somebody's stealing your car? Like, you're just gonna be like, oh no, I'm not finna fight for my car. Like, especially it's a bunch of kids. Like, in the end of the day, it's kids. Like, nah, he a grown man. He like, hey, get up out of here. You know? And and yeah, and that's how everything went. Um, I'm trying to think. There was one more, like, there's one more piece to this that I really wanted to get into. I can't think about it right now. But y'all, man, I'm gonna get the GoFundMe link. I'm gonna put it in here. Put it in the description of the video. I want to say thank y'all for watching, and I'm out.